Namaste. Welcome to your YINYASA class. We are going to begin with some yin posture. So, holding one posture for a few minutes and then moving to the vinyasa part of the class, rolling through some moon salutations. So, this class will be really grounding, calming, anxiety relieving, stress relieving, hopefully. That is my intention for you today. So take a moment to grab a strap or a belt, or you can kind of roll out a towel. We'll be using that in a little bit. Just set that off to the side within arm's reach. And then meet me in Shavasana. Lying down on your back. Allow the back body to feel heavy, releasing onto the earth. Allow the front body to soften. Begin to come to your breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose, if possible. Allowing yourself to arrive into your yoga space. Letting go of any other tasks, any other thoughts, releasing any other distractions. They'll be there for you after this time to yourself. It's time to connect inwardly. Connect with your nurturing self and the nurturing nature that is within us, around us, that we are part of. And the practice begins here. This isn't a holdover posture, just waiting for class to quote unquote begin. Be fully here. Take in this posture. So we focus our breath on allowing our bodies to release down to the earth, which supports us. Coming back home to the mother archetype, Mother Earth, mothering of ourselves, caring for others. Coming back to ourself, coming back to just the basics. The breath and this moment. On your next inhale, take a full diaphragmatic breath, breathing in as much as you can. Draw the legs together and the arms up overhead for a big stretch. Full inhale and exhale. Cross the right ankle over the left and grab your right wrist with your left hand. Curve your body to the left, keeping your hips where they are and just dragging the feet and the arms overhead. So you're forming a little C shape to the left. Lengthening through the right side body, the right shoulder, right hip. And take 5 breaths here. After your fifth exhale, slowly bring the legs and arms back to center. Uncross the ankle, reach up overhead, one more stretch. And then exhale, cross the left ankle over the right, grabbing your left wrist with the right fingertips and curve to the right, creating a little C shape or banana shape. The right ankles and the right wrists come over the right side of the mat, lengthening through the right side or the left side body this time. Breathe in deeply, 5 rounds. Slow it down. Slowly inch your way back to center. Bring the arms down to your side. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Lift the forehead towards your knees, rolling into a ball. And then relax the upper back onto the mat. Lower the knees both to one side and gently press yourself up to a tabletop. For half frog pose, I'm going to shift the hips back and slowly widen the knees to the edges of the mat. Now, if you know frog or half frog is too intense for your hips, you're welcome to take, or if you just prefer, you can also just take wide-legged child's pose here. Otherwise, we're going to lower onto our bellies and extend one knee out to the side, like so, about 90-degree angle from your hip to your knee to your ankle. And then the arm is going to come out like a cactus arm, 90-degree angle here as well. Use your head or your hands as a headrest, or you can lower makes sense depending on which side you began with. Well, continuing our yin practice with this gentle opening of the hip, release. You've probably noticed all the way up to eagle postures, honor and mimic. Insects like locust pose all the way up to natural shapes in between. Closer in, extend the lifted leg down, and we'll gently switch sides. Switching the side of the face, drawing the other knee parallel to the hip, taking that arm out to the side, bending at the elbow, and releasing down. So with these different postures named after animals and plants, nature, we're reminded that we are no more, no less than them. We are an asana in ourselves. And by embodying both the locust and the eagle, we connect with the earth. We can nurture ourselves through the healing shapes and breaths of the asanas. That's a beautiful thing about the human body, about the yoga practice, teaches us to tune in, to return to our natural state, which is healthy and vibrant and joyful. Continue to release down, opening gently that other hip, noticing if you're trying to hold yourself up anywhere. Can you just let go with those major muscle groups? Let the bones feel heavy. Take a final round of breath here. We're gently scooting that lifted leg to meet the other, drawing that arm in, lowering the forehead to the mat and drawing the hands next to your chest. Press the elbows together and the shoulders away from the ears. Press the tops of the feet down into the mat so maybe the knees lift. And on an inhale, find a baby cobra. Long through the back of the neck, pressing the pubic bone down so the spine is long. Full breath in. Slowly release on the exhale. Gently press yourself up to your tabletop posture. Walking the knees forward, shift the hips back over the heels. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale them down to your side. Shift the hips to the left and extend the right leg long. Bringing the sole of the left foot into the right thigh. Finding yourself firmly rooted through the sitting bones into your mat, into the earth. Taking a breath here and a breath out. On an inhale, reach the palms up. Bringing the arms up with you, let the gaze follow, looking up. And exhale, release the right arm down the right leg, reaching the left arm up. Make contact with something, maybe a block, maybe the floor if you want to come a little lower. And finding contact with that arm somewhere along that right leg line. Reach up with the left arm, exhale, tilting over that right leg, finding length in that left side body. And this is where we're going to hang out. Keep the heart open by pulling that left shoulder back, easing the neck, so looking wherever feels releasing to the neck. Might depend on how you slept last night or what your body has been up to the rest or earlier today. Maybe take some gentle neck rolls until you find that spot that feels easy. Relax the jaw. Keep finding a little bit of lift out of the right side body. Pull that right shoulder back. Open heart here. And breathe. 5 more breaths on this side. Heart open. Full deep breaths. After your final exhale, inhale back up to center, lower that left hand. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears, down the back. And then inhale the arms up overhead again. Exhale, this time turn your torso to face your legs. Your hips stay squared towards the top of the mat. And then exhale, reach for your foot, lowering the heart over the thigh. The gaze down towards the knees. Release the fingertips towards the earth. Inhale, look up halfway. Draw the shoulders back into their sockets. Maybe your spine lengthens a little more. And then exhale, fold over that right leg. Release the head and the neck. Let everything fall gently towards the earth as gravity invites you down. Find your breath. Release the mind from following the trails of thought. Invite yourself to explore through the breath each inch of this posture. Where does the breath touch when you inhale? Can you find tension to soften? Can you find release on the breath out? Nurture yourself by being fully present in the posture. It's difficult, I know. It's one of the reasons why I teach, to help guide myself and others as we explore together what it means to be fully alive in each moment. Inhale, look up towards your foot. Walk the hands back in. Press down into the palms to lift your torso up. Good. Extend the left leg out long. Reach the arms up, lifting up out of the pelvis. Reach up. Exhale, release the arms down. Bring the sole of the right foot into the left thigh, setting yourself up for the other side. Grounding back down into the low body. Lifting up on the pelvis, lengthening through the upper body. Maybe that's a slight tuck of the belly button towards the low back. Maybe that's releasing the shoulders down the back. On your inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Big breath in, reach up, and then exhale, tilt towards the left, lengthening that left arm down the left leg. Reach the right arm up, tilting down, finding connection with the arm onto something, the leg, the floor, a block. Reach that right arm up, lifting up out of your armpits, pulling that right shoulder back, so find space in the heart. Find lift out of that left side body. So we're not dumping down, but intentionally lengthening, lifting, arching. And maybe taking some soft neck rolls, or yes and no's with the neck, finding a spot that feels good so we can focus the breath on that right side body. Breathe it out. And then stay with yourself in the posture. Yin is a little bit more of an intense practice than restorative, and therein lies its difference. Although we're not actively moving, we've got the subconscious, the subtle energy, the fascia and ligaments and tendons. They're moving, releasing stuck energy, knots, pent up, held up emotional experiences. So breathing there as you nurture yourself. Final breath out. Slowly on an inhale, come up. Lowering that right arm down to the mat. Shrug the shoulders up, back. And then inhale the arms up again. Reaching up. Turn the torso over the left leg. Reach forward. Heart moves first. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Drop the fingertips. Lower the gaze. Inhale, lift the chest. Lift the gaze. Shrug the shoulders back so you find a little bit more length in the spine, a little more straight back. And then exhale, melt over that left leg. Slowly curling down towards the earth, letting the head and the neck relax. Coming back to the asana. Inhaling the effort. Exhaling ease. Full deep breathing. Tuning into the sound of the breath as it fills your body and as your body empties itself. Natural rhythm. On your next inhale, lift the gaze. Slowly press into your hands as you walk the fingertips back to sit up straight. Bring the soles of the feet together and drawing the heels in only as far as meets your edge. Sitting up straight, inhale, lift the heart, open the throat by dropping the head back, finding a cow-like posture. And then exhaling, curling into cat. Holding on to your ankles, tucking the belly in, tucking the chin in, curling the spine, pressing out through the back of the heart space. Inhaling, lifting the heart, pressing the belly forward. Pulling the heart through the shoulders, looking up. Exhale, curl in, tuck in, press it back. Just continue with a few more of these cat and cow variations. Moving with your own breath rhythm. Taking an extra second in the exhale as you can. Inhaling back to sitting up, neutral spine. Close the knees together like a book and make your way to your back. You can keep your knees bent here. And make sure that strap or whatever other prop you're using is next to you, ready to go. Lengthen the left leg on the mat, tuck the right knee in, clasping the fingertips around the top of the knee for wind removing pose. Hugging it in as you lengthen through the left leg. Take that left foot, flex and point the toes, flex the foot, flattening out, point, maybe a few ankle rolls. And then quiet the foot, squeeze that right knee in. Keeping that knee in, reach for your strap or your prop, and we're going to place it around the ball of the foot. Another option, another variation you can do here, if it's possible for you, if you want to try, you can take your first two fingers and wrap them around your big toe and take the posture that way. So you're still finding that wind removing pose, drawing that right knee down and in towards you, either using your fingers around your big toe or using that strap to gently, keyword gently, pull it down and in. Effort that knee in. So a little activity in that right hip there. Breathe into it. You can grasp the edge of the mat with your left hand if you need a little help staying center. Can also help to press out through that left heel, pressing the left leg down. But keep the face soft. Let the work be on the right side. 3 more breaths here. Slowly release on the exhale. Releasing that right leg down. Draw the left knee in. Clasp your fingertips around the top. Taking that wind removing pose. Maybe even a little release on that right hip flexor. So hug the knee in. Press out through the left heel, flatten the foot, the right foot, and then point the right toes. Flex, point, flex and point. Maybe roll the ankle in one direction and then the other. Good. Breathe in and out. And taking that strap or your fingers around your big toe. I'm going to move into that hip. Still pulling that left knee in. You can Also hold on to that left knee. That's easier. And grasping the right side of the mat with the right hand, if that helps. Finding a little openness in the knee as you draw it in and down. A little fatigue is okay. Good. 3 more breaths here. And slowly release on the exhale. Widen the legs off the edges of the mat as far as you can. Take the arms out to a T, finding a fallen 5-pointed star. And then reach the arms up overhead. Draw the legs back together. Inhale. Exhale, draw the knees in towards your chest. Take happy baby, reaching between the legs, grabbing the big toes, your ankles, shins, and open your legs as wide as you can. Still drawing the knees down. And imagine you can flatten your spine to the earth. So press the low back down into the mat, tuck the chin, pull the feet down, pull the knees down. 3 breaths. Final exhale. Bending the left knee, extend the right leg long and straight out to the right. And then inhale, bending the right knee, tucking that heel in. Extend the left leg long, lengthening out that inner left leg. Exhale, bring the feet together, release the toes, bring the knees together. And again, to rock yourself up to sit. Coming back to a comfortable seat in the center of the mat. Bringing the palms together at heart center, lowering the gaze or closing the eyes. So we allow those first series of postures to flow throughout our being. I invite you to consider a few questions throughout the rest of the practice. And just consider. There's no expectation or need to answer these questions now or today or anytime. Just let them marinate throughout you. Take a big inhale and exhale. What have you created or nurtured? Inhale and exhale. How has nature, life, and the earth nurtured you? Inhale and exhale. What do you need to feel peace and connection within? And how can you nurture that within yourself? Inhale and exhale. Blink open the eyes, release the palms. Come to hands and knees. Walk the knees back. Tuck the toes under, send the hips over the heels, and gently, slowly press up into downward facing dog.
from your dog. Gently add in any movements that your body feels good in. Maybe pedaling the heels. I want to take a wide-legged downward dog. Maybe you want to reach for your ankles. Exhale fully. Inhale, look between your hands and make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. Step the left foot to the back of the mat, lower the left knee, taking a low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up, dropping the hips, breathing into that left hip flexor, opening the heart towards the sky. Exhale, plant the hands. Tuck the toes, lift up off that back knee. Step back to downward dog. Look between your hands. Tiptoe towards the top of the mat. Inhale, looking up halfway, long straight spine. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands. This time, stepping the right foot to the back of the mat for low lunge. Lower that left knee, untuck the toes. Reach the arms up on the breath in. Finding lift through the heart as you sink into the hips. Exhale, lower the hands down. Tuck the back toe, lifting off the knee. Step back to plank this time. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale to baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Press up and back to child's pose. 3 breaths here. Forehead down to the mat. Coming back to the questions. Coming back to feeling like you're part of the mat, part of the earth. Embodying your role as a piece of nature, not a pawn of it or an observer. Full breath in, expand into the back body. Exhale it out. Slowly make your way to downward dog. Tiptoe to forward fold at the top of the mat. Bend your knees generously. Tuck the tailbone and roll the spine, coming up to stand. Feet about hips width distance apart. Sternum lifted, shoulders relaxed. Breathe. On an inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Clasp the fingertips at the top, pointer finger up. Inhale to reach. Exhale, tilt towards the left. Pulling the shoulders back. Heart stays open. Exhale. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, release your hands to your side. Step the right foot to the back of the mat and turn to face the long edge of the mat. Extend the arms out long like a T. Turn the heels in, goddess pose. Bending into the knees. Lower the elbows, cactus arms. Press the hips forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Like your back is against the wall, we're straight and grounded. Knees tracking over the toes. Lower your hands to your knees. Arching forward or reaching forward with the heart. Drop one shoulder in. Lift up on the inhale. Exhale, drop the opposite shoulder. And continue with your breath a few more rounds. Lifting on the inhaling. Dipping the shoulder down on the exhaling. Goddess posture, of course, reminds us of that goddess energy, that creative, mothering, the source of life. You don't have to be female or female identifying. We all have both masculine and feminine energies within us. We have the ability to create, to birth ideas and goodness into the world. Even out your shoulder dips, coming back to the knees, lifting the arms, coming back to our goddess. Inhale, straightening the legs and the arms, finding your 5-pointed star. Pivot your feet to face what was the back of the mat. So the right fingertips are reaching over the right toes. Triangle pose, reach forward, and then lower the right hand to the inside of the right leg. Maybe you grab a block, reach the left arm up, open through the heart, hug everything inward. So pressing the insides of the feet down, finding lift and length through that left mid, upper, back, reaching. One more breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, coming back up to your 5-pointed star. Pivot the hips and the shoulders to face the top of the mat. Reach the arms up overhead. Pyramid pose, hinging at the hips. Lower the heart over that right leg. Full breaths out. Focusing your breath on the sensations of the asana. Inhale, look up halfway. Bending into that right knee, step the left foot back, lower the left knee, untuck the toes, low lunge again, and walk the hands over the long edge of the mat until you come to Skandasana. So weight in the right heel, leg lengthens. Maybe your palms come together at heart center. Maybe they stay on the mat. Maybe you take a bind, reaching the right arm around the knee, the left hand behind you, clasp the right fingertips, and opening the heart towards the front, towards the sky. Wherever you're at, one more breath in here. Exhale, plant your hands if you're not already there. Lift the hips up, finding a wide-legged forward fold. Heel toe the feet together. Lower to Malasana, Yogi squat. Palms together again. You can sit on a block here as well. You can keep the hips lifted so the feet are flat on the mat. Inhale. Exhale, lower the left hand down in front of you. Reach the right arm up. Stretch, reach up. Exhale, switch. Right hand comes down. Left arm comes up. Wiggling that shoulder into the knee. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. One more time on each side. Move with your breath. Good, palms down. Lift the hips. Widen the feet towards the top and back of the mat. And then bend into that left knee. Lift the right toes, finding Skandasana to the other side. Might be a little different this time. It definitely is for me. Breathing and lifting those right toes if you can, sending the hips back, dropping into that left hip, but firm in that left leg, firm in the left foot. Spinning the heart open. One more breath in here. Exhale, plant the hands. Turn to face the top of the mat, walking the feet and the left heel towards the edge, finding your low lunge. Untuck the knee or untuck the toes and drop the knee. Reach the arms up. Exhale, frame the front foot with your hands. Tuck the back toe, hop that foot in triangle, or we're going to go through pyramid pose first. So pull that left hip back. Right hip pulls forward. Inhale, lift the heart, bring your hands to your hips. Squaring your hips, lengthening the spine, then release the fingertips down to the earth. Let the head hang heavy. Maybe use blocks here to lift the floor a little closer to you. 3 more breaths. Exhale it out. Inhale, look up halfway, step that foot back a little bit. Begin to straighten into that left leg. Bring the left arm to the inside and reach the right arm up. Finding triangle pose. You might need to lift the fingertips up a little bit more. Again, finding your block if you need. not locking out the feet. Press the inner feet down, hugging that energy in and up. Reach up, lengthen through the right side. Maybe gazing up at your fingertips if it's okay for your neck. 3 more breaths. And let your inhale bring you back up. Looking over your front fingertips. Turn the left toes to face the edge of the mat. Turn both heels in, goddess pose, sinking down. Keeping that heart open. No. On the inhale. Exhale, dip down. Inhale to straighten, push the earth away. Reach out with the fingertips. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to lower to that goddess. Inhale to lengthen. Turn to face the top of the mat. Step forward. Reach the arms up overhead. Clasp the fingertips at the top. Reach up. Press down with the feet. Long through the spine. Exhale. Tilt to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale. Tilt to the right. Inhale to center. Reach up. Look up. Press the heels down. Hug the belly button in. Reach up with the heart. And then exhale. Bend the knees. The most slow motion diver action you can possibly do. Down to forward fold. Take a big exhale. Inhale, look up halfway. And exhale, make your way down to the mat. So legs extended out in front of you. We'll take a forward fold here. Relaxing the shoulders down the back, lifting up out of the pelvis, sitting bones directly connected to the earth. Reach the arms up. Exhale, hinging at the hips, reach the heart forward. Lower the arms, lower the hands, and lower the head and the neck. 5 rounds of breath. Begin to slow it down. Calming the breath and the heartbeat. Feeling that life energy flow throughout you. The blood pumping through. The breath expanding and contracting. On your inhale, slowly sit back up. Bring the right foot to the mat and walk that right heel in as close as you can. And take a sage twist. Reach the right arm up, rainbow it around back behind you so the fingertips are about 6 inches behind you on the mat, propping yourself up so your spine can be straight. Reach the left arm up, cactus that arm, hook the left elbow around the right knee. Wiggle into place, then inhale, straighten. Exhale, twist, look over your back right shoulder. 5 breaths here. Stay with the breath. Feel the life within you. And exhale, back to center. Slowly, gently switch sides. Sweep the left arm up and back behind you. Using your fingertips to prop you up. Sitting up as straight as you can. Right arm comes up, bending at the elbow. Hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, twist. Gaze over the shoulder behind you. Feeling the belly press against your left leg as you inhale fully. And exhale out through the nose. 3 more breaths here. Slowly come back to center. Bend both knees. Slowly come onto your back. We'll take 3 bridge poses, walking the heels in towards your hips, feet about hips width distance apart. Press the forearms down to the mat. Imagine you're squeezing a block between your thighs. Slowly lift the hips. Tuck the chin. Bring the shoulder blades together underneath you and grab the edges of the mat so you're finding a little bit more of a heart lift here. Press the belly button down. One more inhale. Starting with the base of the neck, curl the spine back down. Lowering the spine onto the mat. Take 2 more bridge poses on your own time, holding for at least 3 rounds of breath. And any variation of bridge that you like, feel free. Maybe you clasp your fingertips together underneath. Bring the shoulder blades and the forearms together. Keep the breath full and steady. Imagine you're just an extension of the earth beneath you. Move slowly like waves in the ocean. Take your final bridge if you haven't already. And after your third exhale, slowly lowering onto the mat. Windshield wiper the knees, left and right. And then lowering them both to that one side. Roll over and come back to your hands and knees for frog pose. So you can go back to that half frog pose if you prefer. Again, frog can be a little intense. So if you prefer a wide-legged child's pose or another hip opener that's your favorite or that would feel good today, please feel free to follow your body first. So for half frog, lowering onto your belly. Again, bringing one arm and one knee out to the side. Any other variation? If you're taking frog, I find it easiest to sit back on your heels. Bring the big toes together, widen the knees, and then flip the feet so that the inner foot is down. Then from there, you can begin to shift your hips back, walk the hands forward, lowering the heart down onto the mat. If you've got the width, you might want to switch sides on your mat so your knees stay supported and on something cushioned. So don't overdo it in frog. Err on the side of ease before effort. Eventually, maybe making your way down to your forearms and letting your head hang heavy. Settle in here. Again, maybe letting the concepts, the questions of nurturing, creating, being part of nature, not a part from it. Just letting that circulate throughout you. If you took half frog or another one-sided variation, gently, slowly switch sides now. Find where you can relax. Soften out of the rabbit trails of your mind, deeper into the heart center, expanding with the breath in, giving in, releasing the fullness on the breath out. This ebb and flow of nature. And take about 5 more rounds of breath in your posture. Before taking any movements, full inhale, preparing the physical body to move, and then doing so inch by inch, pressing the hands into the mat, slowly easing out of the posture from frog, shifting back on your heels, bringing the knees together, staying back on your heels. From half frog, just laying on your belly for a moment. Taking a pause. Full inhale. Open mouth exhale. Shift the hips to one side. Extend the legs long on the mat. Make your way down to your back. Hug the knees in towards your chest. And holding onto the tops of your knees, create little circles, massaging out the low back, sacrum. One direction, and slowly stopping and switching to the other direction. Slowly stop the circles, plant the feet on the mat. Bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. And listen. Notice where the sensations pool in your body. Notice what feels a little overworked, if anything. Notice what feels dormant that might crave a little movement. When we're in tune with ourselves, we can hear and know how to nurture and care for ourselves better. So how can you bring some more healing? How can you close out? How can you counterbalance this practice for yourself? Tuning into those sensations. Slowly answer them with a few final movements and postures that would bring closure and relief to the body. If you need suggestions, maybe a happy baby, maybe another twist, maybe legs up the wall, maybe you need a heart opener or another hip opener. Maybe you need to find complete stillness and take an extra long Shavasana. Tune in here and move intuitively. It doesn't have to be an official yoga asana. What is your nature calling for?
Eventually, making your way to Shavasana, but take your time. Maybe you need 5 more minutes in another posture. Then eventually make your way back down. As we began, one with the earth, our backs melting into the ground, embracing this season of our practice, where the work is done. We've bloomed. We've met potential or the peak. And now it's time for rest. As the plant life does in the winter. Slowly losing our leaves, releasing those expectations, releasing the fullness, curling into ourselves, rolling back down to earth. Accepting this temporary death, retreating back beneath the dirt into our seed pod where we hibernate, we reconstruct, we synthesize and metamorphosize. Take a gentle, slow, full inhale. Exhale, release a little more. Relaxing all the way down. And then with that natural intuition, whenever you're ready, the seed begins to tremble. Fingers and the toes awaken. And when its season has come, begins to reappear with motion, rolling your wrists and your ankles, bending into the knees, curling into yourself, gathering into yourself in the fetal position. And then in the timing that only you know is right, pressing yourself up to sit, bursting through the earth, lengthening through the spine as you find a comfortable seat. Slowly blinking open the eyes, alive, nourished, and ready to bloom and share that peace and nurturingness. That's a word now, nurturingness with those around you. Bring the palms together at heart center. Together we'll take an inhale and a full breath out. for our closing mantra. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may our thoughts, words, and actions contribute to this happiness and to the freedom of us all. One more inhale together. And exhale to release. Lowering the palms, lifting the gaze. It's an honor and a joy to share this practice with you today. Have a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.